So, welcome everybody. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to today's session, June 21st, week 2nd, and this is our class 2 for the Sutta study. So, I wanted to request Bhante Kusala to please start the session with Ratana Sutta. Go ahead, Bhante, please.
Okay, all together, no matter start three times. Namo
Namo
Tassa Bhagavato
Bhagavato
Arahato
Arahato
Samma
Samma
Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Samanda Sagavale Su Adra Vichandu Devada Sadama Muni Rasa Sunandu Sagamakada Dhamma Savana Galo Yambatanda Dhamma Savana Galo Yambatanda Dhamma Savana Galo Yambatanda Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Yanida Buddhani Samagadani Bhumaniwa Yaniwa Andaleke Savewa Buddha Supana Bhondu Adopi Sagisa Sunandu Basita Dasamayi Buddhani Sameda Save Medangroda Manusya Pasaya Iwasara Dosarandi Yible Dasamayi Niragada Abamada Yamiji Wida Idawa Urawa Sagisuwa Yadana Manida Nano Samadhi Dadagadina Idami Bodhi Radana Manida Edena Sijina Zodi Odu Kaya Viraga Amada Manida Yadisaga Sijamuni Samahida Nadina Damina Samadi Ganji Irami Dame Radana Manida Edena Sijina Zodi Odu Yambuddha Siddhabhyuna Yisu Samari Manandari Ginya Mahu Samari Nadina Samona Vijadi Irami Dami Radana Vanida Edina Sijina Zudi Odu Yipokla Tadamba Sada Sadari Dani Yugani Hundi Dedakine Asura Savaka Idrisudi Nani Mavlani Idambi Sangi Radana Banida Edena Sijina Zudi Odu Yesu Bayuda Manasa Danglina Nigamino Gorma Sazanam De Padibada Amadan Wigasha Lara Mura Nibude Mosa Mana Idambi Sangi Radana Banida Edena Sijina Zudi Odu Edena Vilo Pravesidosi Astopi Wadia Samagambi Adubama Sabrisa Warabi Yo Riasijani Awza Basri Idami Sange Radana Banida Edena Sijina Zodi Odu Iriasijani Ubawayandi Gambira Bijina Suresidani Desabide Undi Musambamata Nadevo Adama Mariandi Idami Sange Radana Banida Edena Sijina Zodi Odu Tauza Dasana Sambraya Dea Sudama Zaida Bundi Sagaya Didi Usikasi Dinsa Sila Brahma Piradi Gaji Trua Baye Isa Wabamudo Sisa Vidanani Ababagado Idami Sangi Radana Banida Edena Sijina Zudi Odu Kainsabi Sokama Grodi Babagangayina Wasauda Sida Sawa Ababa Soda Sabrisraya Ababada Brasauda Idambi Sangi Radana Manida Idina Sijina Zodi Odu Wana Bhumira Buzitagi Gimana Madhe Brahmada Mengimi Dadubama Damavara Adi Nepana Game Brahma Inaya Idami Bodhi Radana Manida Idina Sijina Zodi Odu Poro Rinyuraro Rairo Nudro Damavara Desai Idami Bodhi Radana Manida Idina Sijina Zodi Odu Kina Burana Nawana Disamo, Vidara Sedayadi Bawasami, Degina Bisa, Virolisanda, Nevandi Diga Yadaya Brigo, Irambi Sangi, Radana Banida, Edena Sichina Soti, or Yanida Burani Samagadani Bomaniwa Yaniwa Nalije Dadagdan Dewamosa Bujida Bodan Mazamazo di Ordu Yanida Burani Samagadani Bomaniwa Yaniwa Nalije Dadagdan Dewamosa Bujida Damana Mazamazo di Ordu Yanida Burani Samagadani Omani wayani wandelize dadagadan dewa mnoza puji dan sangha namasa masudi odu radana predani radana preda oragadu radana preda noragadu Mangala sauda asevanaza balana banida nija sevana bujaja bujanayana yeda mangala modama Padirupa Disavasosa Bubreja Gada Bonyada Adasama Bidiriza Idam Mingla Modaman Pawusinsa Sebinsa Uniosa Suzagi Osubasida Chaya Waja Idam Mingla Modaman Mada Bidu Ubadana Budadarasa Zingo Nagulasa Kamanda Idam Mingla Modaman Dane Jarmajri Aja Naravanesa Singo Anawajani Kamani Edamila Modama Aradi Wiradi Baba Mijabanasa Sayamo Abamadosa Damezo Edamila Modaman Karo Jani Wado Jasanudi Zagdinu Dangale Nadamasawana Edamila Modama Kandisa so sasada samananiza dasana gali naramasa vicha edamingla modama. The bocha majri nisa riajitana dasana gali naramasa wana nebana sijigriyaza edamingla modama. Oraza loga dami chidaya sana gamdi asoga urichanke ma edamingla modama. Edarizani Gadwana Sabada Mabarajida Sabada Sudengi Chandi Dande Samingla Modama Mingla Freda Nedida Mingla Freda Oragadu Mingla Freda Noragadu Idibis of Gowaram Sama Samuda Vijacharna Samano Sugadolo Gawidu Nudro Purisa Masarati Sadhadi Wamnusana Buddha Bhagava Swekha Bhagava Dadamo Sandigo Agaligo Epasigo Panigo Ejada Varida Po when you is Sobribano Bhagavado Savagasango Ujobribano Vado Savagasango Nyaya Bribano Vado Savagasango Samije Bribano Vado Savagasango Yadidan Sadari Burisa Yuganyata Brisa Bogla Eza Boado Savaka Sango Auneo Pauneo Dagineo Injury Greneo Nodram Bunyakit and Logasa Ewa Boda Srandanan Damasanisa Bigo Yama Samida Dawa Loma Hanso Nahisri Yanoni Maidawa Minglinja Yosamna Bosukuna Sado Baba Waduzubina Ganda Udanu Vinasa Mindu, Yanumida, Waminglinja, Yojana Posuna Sasado, Pamba Luzubina Agada, Damanubawina Vinasa Mindu, Yanumida, Waminglinja, Yojana Posuna Sasado, Pamba Luzubina Agada, Sanganubawina Vinasa Mindu, Bawadu Saba Mingla Ragandu Sabadi Wada. Saba Puranu Bawina Srajugi Bunde. Ovatu Saba Mingla Ragandu Sabadi Wada Saba Damanu Bawina Srajugi Bunde. Ovatu Saba Mingla Ragandu Sabadi Wada Saba Sanganu Bawina Srajugi Bunde. Sabidi Awu Jandu Sogoro Gowina Sadu Madi Bundu Dry Posugidi Gayu Bawa. Abhiwadana Silisa Nicha Oda Pachayino Sadaro Dhamma Wodandu Ayu no Sukam Balam Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante. So, Bhante, with your permission, should I begin?
Yeah, Kusali. start your presentation regarding
Thank
with
you.
Mangala Sutta.
Thank you, Bhante.
So today we are going to see two sutta. One is the Mangala Sutta and the other one is the Vasala Sutta, followed by question and answers. In the last class on sutta, we have seen the meaning of sutta. Sutta, the Pali word, means a discourse of the Buddha. And the sutta was recited by Bhante Ananda in the Pathama Sangiti, that is the first Buddhist council, where Bhante Ananda begins with Evam me sutang, thus has been heard by me. He means to say that I have heard this sutta from the Buddha. Sutta again is a Vohara Desana. Vohara means language of day-to-day communication or speech. Vohara Desana, the Buddha has used to teach the Dhamma to individuals according to their personality. So what is a sutta? Sutta means a Dhamma discourse used to measure. So it is a discourse used to measure, just like a carpenter uses a thread to measure like a ruler. So we can compare the Dhamma in our life. How much we are following the Dhamma, where do we stand with respect to the Dhamma, is the meaning of a sutta. And suttana means an excellent shelter. So the Sutta Pitak we know consists of 5 books, 5 collection of suttas. The long discourses, middle length discourses, connected discourses and numerical discourses. Today we are going to see both the suttas from the Khuddaka Nikaya or the minor collection, the Mangala Sutta and the Vasala Sutta. Mangala Sutta means the discourse on life's auspiciousness or auspices or blessings, and Vasala Sutta means the discourse on outcasts. The discourse on life's greater auspicious. This sutta appears in the Khuddaka Nikaya in 4 places. So, Sutta Nipata, Khuddak Patha, Mangala Jataka and Mahamangala Jataka. In Sutta Nipata, Chulavago and Khuddak Patha, the sutta appears as in the name of Mangala Sutta. In the Mangala Jataka, the sutta appears at number 87 in the name of Mangala Sutta, whereas in Jataka number 453, the sutta appears in the name of Mahamangala Jataka. So Jataka stories, we know they are the stories of the Bodhisattva or the Buddha's past life. And Khuddaka Patha, where the sutta appears, here the sutta is been given by the Buddha after attainment of enlightenment. We are going to see the sutta from the Khuddaka Patha. The Mangala Sutta, as it appears in the Jataka, is with respect to some superstitious beliefs. And in the Sutta, the Buddha teaches in a gradual way from a common daily lay life to a noble way of Arya Satchana Dasanam. So what is Mangala Sutta? It is about auspiciousness, blessings. The Buddha's idea, living life, the practice of Dhamma that gives good result. And this is a very popular discourse because it is very useful in our day-to-day lives. The verses are also very easy to remember. One can achieve success in every level, whether it is physical, intellectual, professional, social, moral, material, or spiritual. And this is a very clear and straightforward sutta. It is characteristic of the Dhamma, the noble Dhamma. This sutta is a true blessing, not just for the lay people, but also for monks and nuns, because the Vinaya rules followed by the bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, that is 227 and 311 respectively, basically that forms the constitution of the Sangha. And therefore, this sutta is a constitution of proper rules and discipline and way of conduct in our day-to-day lives. So it is an excellent guide for reaching the highest goal of Nibbana, and it is an essence of the Tipitaka, the Vinaya, Sutta, and the Abhidhamma. This sutta indeed has a special significance in the national life of Myanmar. Mangala Sutta is the first lesson a child in Myanmar learns by heart, immediately after learning the Pali alphabets, Ka, Kha, Ga, and so on. So this sutta forms a very strong foundation and basis of learning the Dhamma. What does the term Mangala mean? The etymology of this word Mangala means auspicious, royal, lucky, festive, good omen, ceremony, prosperity, and happiness. Etymologically, Mangala, we can put it up in two parts. One is Manga, which means Papa, and the other is La, meaning Chindati. Papa means a woeful condition, an evil condition, and Chindati means cutting off. Therefore, Mangala means that which cuts away the evil. In practice, it has the significance of conducive to weal, that is happiness and success. So it is a condition which leads one to happiness and success. The commentary, Attakatha, it states, what is Mangala? Mangalanti Mahanti Imehi Sattati Mangalani. Mangala means Maha. Maha is development, greater state, greater condition. Imehi Sattati Mangalani, for the development of all beings. Here Satta means beings. So this is for the development of all beings. Why do we need to develop? The Khuddak Path commentary mentions the cause for developing successfully, Karanang. Mangalanti is for three reasons. One is Iddhi Karanang, cause for prosperity. Second is Vuddhi Karanang, cause for growth in life. Third is Sabba Sampatti Karanang, cause for fortune and attainments, cause for all fortune and attainments. And all these three, for Iddhi, Vuddhi, and Sabba Sampatti, one should follow the practice of the Mangala Sutta. So the Mangala Sutta, the Buddha gave this discourse at Savatthi. The place is Savatthi. The time is middle of the night, in the middle of the night. And to whom? So the audience were the Devas and the Brahmas. So, ekang samayang bhagva savathyang viharati jetavane anatapindikasya arame. Athako anyattara devata abhikantaya rattiya. So this one devata, who is a representative of the Devas and the Brahmas, approached the Buddha in the middle of the night. So approaching the Buddha and venerating the Buddha, stood on one place and requested the Buddha to give the Mangala Sutta. Introduction and background of Mangala Sutta. Yang Mangalang Dvadasahi Chintayinsung Sadevaka Sothanang Nadi Gachanti. All of the Deva Brahma are thinking, what is the real Mangala? For 12 years, Dvadasahi, 12 years, what is good result? What is Kusala? However, they could not agree to the actual meaning of Mangala. So Thanang Nadhi Gachanti. When the Devas did not agree, all approached the Sakka, the god of Devas, who's the head of all the Devas. Finally, the question is coming from the human world. They see that all of these questions as to what is beneficial in life, what actions are beneficial in life, this question is arising from the human world. From where this question is coming? So it was basically arising from the human world. So introduction or essence of the Mangala Sutta. So Desitang Deva Devena Sabba Papa Vinasanang Sabba Loka Hitattaya. Sabba Papa Vinasanang, to destroy all evils. Sabba Loka Hitattaya, for the benefit and welfare of all beings. So the Devas, they request the Buddha to explain the Mangala Sutta. The essence of the Mangala Sutta is for social welfare and to destroy all evils. Bahudeva Manusacha Mangalani Achintayung Akankhamana Sothanang. The Devas select one Deva to ask question to the Buddha at midnight. The Deva approach and venerates the Buddha at Jetvana and stands on one side. That the inhabitants of the Deva and the human worlds aspire for happiness and safety. Their idea is for developing. Their problem is not small, it's a special case. Whatever we do should be good, auspicious, in the name of Kusala, about their mental action. So Mangala here is the name given to Kusala Kamma. It is Kusala action, good action. And the Devas and Brahmas are actually searching for Kusala Kamma, for good action. Special work for good action, good Kamma, good performance. So this is some special points that are mentioned, which are good action. The audience of the Deva, Brahma, want to listen, so they come together. Request the Buddha, please explain what is Uttama Mangala. Uttama means the greatest.
So we were discussing about what is the Uttama Mangala. So the first Gatha, the Buddha speaks out to the audience of Deva and Brahma, and the first Gatha is Asevana cha balanang panditanang cha sevana puja cha pujaniyanang etang mangalam uttama. Not to associate with foolish person, to associate with wise person and to honor those who are worthy of honor. This is Uttama Mangala. So as in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta also, the Buddha begins by what is not to be done. So similarly, here the first gatha, the Buddha says, asevanacha balanam, should not associate with foolish person. So let us see what it actually means. So let us see the characteristics of Balo. In Anguttar Nikaya 3.2 is mentioned, Kamma Lakkano Bhikkave Balo. Kamma Lakkano Pandito. Apadana Sobhani Panyati. Behavior, actions show knowledge. That is what it means. So what is the behavior and action of a Bala person, a Balo person? Tihi bhikkave dhammehi samanagato balo vedi tabbo katmehi tihi kaya ducharitena vachi ducharitena mano ducharitena imehi kho bhikkave tihi dhammehi samanagato balo vedi tabbo. And what does the characteristic of a pandita is? Tihi bhikkave dhammehi samanagato pandito veditabbo. Katmehi tihi kaya sucharitena, vachi sucharitena, mano sucharitena. Imehi kho bhikkave tihi dhammehi samanagato pandito veditabbo. Such a person is wise, who are complete with good actions. So here we see two types of person, Bala and Pandita. Bala means who are completely with dasa akusala kammapatha, unwholesome actions. 3 actions of kaya kamma, 4 of vachi kamma, 3 of mano kamma. That is 3 bodily actions. Sorry about the spelling here. 4 verbal actions and 3 mental actions. Such a person is foolish, who are complete with bad actions, and therefore one should stay away from. Now, what is the characteristic of a pandita, or the lakhana of a pandita person? Pandita means who are completely with 10 kusala kammapatha, 10 wholesome actions. 3 actions of kaya kamma, that is bodily actions, 4 of vachi kamma, that is verbal actions, 3 of mano kamma, that is mental actions. Such a person is wise, who are complete with good actions. So to associate with such people. So what are those dasa akusala kammapatha and dasa kusala kammapatha? Akusala kammapatha, those actions done with lobha, dosa, moha are said to be akusala kammapatha, akusala kamma. And these 3 of kaya, vacha and mano comprise the 10 akusala kammapatha. So for kaya, we have the 3 akusala kamma as panatipata, adinnadana, kamesu michachara. So these are the precepts. In the Panchasil, these are the first 3 precepts. Panatipata is killing, adinnadana is taking what is not given, stealing, and kamesu michachara is misconduct. Vacha, musavada, Pisura vacha, Farusa vacha, and Samphapalapa vacha. So these are the 4 types of speech, akusala speech, and manokamma of abhijjado manasa, Vyapada, and Michhaditti. Bhante in yesterday's class has explained in details about these akusala kamma and how akusala chitta influences these kind of akusala kamma. Dasa kusala kamma patha. Kusala kamma are those actions with alobha, adosa, and amoha. Again, the 10 kusala kamma are through 3 ways of body, speech. In this case, the 3 kusala kamma are the precepts like Panatipata Veramani, Adinnadana Veramani, and Kame Sumichachara Veramani, to abstain from these 3 unwholesome activities of killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. Similarly, to stay away from the akusala kamma of vacha, these 4 akusala kamma of vacha, to stay away from these is kusala kamma. Therefore, we have musavada veramani, to stay away from, pisuna vacha veramani, farusa vacha veramani, samphapalapa vacha veramani. And for mental actions, we have the 3, anabhijja, abhyapada, and sammaditthi. So another meaning of bala is abala, bala means energy. So here, in case of bala, there is no energy, just the breath, asasa pasasa, just alive. Why are we alive? Because we breathe. So for a bala person, life is just with breath, no knowledge, no wisdom. Life is without panya, living life only by breathe in and breathe out. So Pandita person, such person have knowledge of right, wrong, good, bad, living life with knowledge. Therefore Pandita. So for a bala person, there are 5 obstacles which blind our mental vision, the Michhaditti. So these are the 5 hindrances: sensual craving, kamachanda, ill will, vyapada, lethargy and drowsiness, thina-middha, agitation and worry, udacha kukacha, skeptical doubt, vichikicha. So these are the pancha nivarana. In this case, when we are discussing about these akusala, chitta and chetasika, we will see in Abhidhamma, when Bhante is teaching us how these chitta and chetasika come together and influence our ditti or our mental vision. And this is when these are present in the mind, our judgment and action become faulty. Again, in Anguttara Nikaya 3.1, Tikanipat, Balavago, Vaya Sutta. This message again directly is from the Buddha. The Buddha explains very nicely how all fears, all problems, all dangers arise because of Bala person. If a foolish person gets power, then there is no problem. There is so much problem everywhere. So, yani kanichi bhikkave bhayani upajjanti, sabani tani balato upajjanti, no pandito. Ye kechi upaddava upajjanti, sabbete balato upajjanti, no pandito. Ye kechi upasagga upajjanti, sabbete balato upajjanti, no pandito. So this is the difference between a balo person and a pandita person. So whatever problem arises, in this world is because of the Balo person. On the other hand, in Anguttara Nikaya 7, Sankhita Sapta Bala Suttam, we have a wise person possesses 7 strengths. These 7 strengths or bala are Saddha Balang, Virya Balang, Hiri Otappa Balang, Sati Balang, Samadhi Cha Panya, Sattamang Balang. Ete hi balava bhikkhu sukhang jivati pandito. So all these qualities of Saddha, that is faith, Virya, energy, Hiri Otappa, Balang, Sati Balang, Samadhi, Panya, all of these 7 basically are also Chetasika. And we will learn more and understand more in the future classes in Abhidhamma. Pandita Nancha Sevana. Again, these are kind of Kalyana Mitta, spiritual friendships. So it is good to associate with Pandita Nancha. Listening to good advice, rational faith, noble thoughts, clear thinking, self-control, good conduct, conquest of the hindrances, gaining of wisdom, and consequent liberation. Further, the second verse, it says, Puja cha pujaniyanam. So puja means honor, respect, and those worthy of honor and respect. So for puja, there is no direct translation in English language. Pujaniyana are those worthy of honor and respect, those people. So according to people, generally, puja is done of many gods. According to the Buddha, to show respect to those of purer conduct in mind, speech, and body, to show respect to such persons. So there are 5 persons who are worthy of puja according to the Buddha. The 5 Ananta Guna, immeasurable qualities, are those of the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, parents, one's parents, and teachers. This practice of honoring the honorable is the foundation for humility in Buddhism. So we come to the second verse over here. Pati rupa desa vasocha pubbecha kata punyata atta samapanidhicha etang mangalamuttamam. To reside in a suitable locality, to have done meritorious actions in the past, and to set oneself in the right course. This is Mangalamuttamam. So, Patirupa Desavaso, it means residence in a suitable environment and pleasant locality, pleasant dwelling. A suitable locality where people practice the noble Dhamma, like shrines, monks, monasteries, and people performing Kusal Kamma, where there is no corrupt government. Climate is not frequently ravaged by floods, famines, earthquakes, and epidemics, where there is freedom of thought and action. The Ugga Sutta mentions 7 treasures that are not open to fire, flood, kings, thieves, or hateful hearers. The treasure of conviction, the treasure of virtue, conscience and concern, listening and generosity, and discernment as the 7 treasures. Whoever, man or woman, has these treasures, has great treasures in the world that no human or divine being can excel. So conviction and virtue, confidence and Dhamma vision should be cultivated by the wise, remembering the Buddha's instructions. Patirupadesavaso is a pleasant dwelling place. According to Lokiya, the facilities of school, hospital, market, good climate are the things for pleasant dwelling or convenient dwelling places. According to the Buddha, peacefulness, no violence, no grief, and no crying. These are the conducive environment for Patirupadesavaso according to the Buddha. Kata punyata. Kata punyata. Kata means done and punya means good actions of mana, vacha and kaya. It is because of punya kamma that one is born in a patirupadesa and meets good kalyan mitta and go to manage own mind. Atta samapanidhi. This means Pubbecha kata punyata. For whatever is our past good actions, it is because of those past good actions that we have this present condition of the Dhamma. Like all of us sitting and listening to the Buddha's Dhamma, discussing about Buddha's Dhamma is an action of punya, good action. It is because of our past good actions that we are able to listen to the Dhamma and discuss and follow. This means here is the link in the present, right now, that whatever we are doing now, for future, we are creating a punya kamma for our future, so that whatever is the punya kamma we are doing now, sitting here, will be beneficial to us for connecting to the Dhamma in future. Therefore, it is important to do punya kamma. So, atta samapanidhi. Atta means self. Sama is right and panidhi is aspiration. So, one's self rightly directed is atta samapanidhi. To understand clearly what is meant by rightly directing oneself. When conditions for atta samapanidhi. When the unvirtuous person establishes himself in virtue, the 5 precepts. So, the one who does not follow seal starts following seal. It means one is directing one's own self in the right direction. Sammapanidhi, a right aspiration. Second, a faithless person establishes himself in excellent faith. A person who earlier did not have saddha is establishing oneself in faith, in good faith, by listening to the Dhamma in the present, and in a pleasant environment. He is creating the situation to direct oneself in a proper way, in a right way. The avaricious person establishes himself in generosity. And when this faith arises, when one person follows the sila and saddha, and then he establishes himself in generosity, dana. This is directing one's own self in the right way. So verse 3, there are 4 auspicious things here that the Buddha is talking about. Bahu satchanja sippancha vinayo cha susikhito subhasitacha vacha etam mangalamuttama. To have much learning, to be skillful in science, arts, well trained in law, discipline, and to be of good speech, that is the greatest blessing. So this basically, this particular sutta is, the verse is for getting more knowledge, more education. This is very important in our present life. So this is for young people, young students. Bahu Sutta, we should learn many language, many knowledge. Sippa, science and technology, to know advanced skills in computers and others. Vinaya, rules or law in any country that we are, we should be knowing the law of the nation, so that whatever work we are doing, whether it is in offices, business or company, we should know discipline and how to get successful through those, by the means of the law. Subhasita, be a good speaker, well spoken and clear. The importance of all of these four Buddhist education, because Buddhist education object of Bahu Satcha, Lokiya knowledge for successful young life, for student life. Buddha supports people for education. Buddha's suggestion is students should learn many languages, science, arts and law. Practice to be a good speaker. A good speaker is a good leader. Who are young should study well, pay respect to teacher and parents, and maintain their mind. Bahu Satchanta Sippancha, many learning and proficiency in sciences and crafts. Bahu Satchanta is read by some as Bahu Suttang, because Bahu Suttang means great learning through hearing, through listening. So this was the case during the time of the Buddha, when education was mostly transmitted through oral tradition, written knowledge not being very common at that time. And consequently, one was considered learned according to what one had memorized after having heard learned people talk. So that's how the Bahu Satchancha, developing many skills, many learning, proficiency. Subhasita Vacha, we already know what is Samma Vacha, which we had discussed during the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. The four Kusal Vachikamma. So 4 wholesome actions of speech. Abstaining from lying, from divisive speech, from abusive speech, and from idle chatter. So this is Samma Vacha. So what is Subhasita Vacha? Anguttar Nikaya states what is Subhasit Vacha. So Subhasit Vacha, there are 5 factors to right speech. Here the Buddha says, monks, a statement endowed with 5 factors is well spoken, not ill spoken. It is blameless and unfaulted by knowledgeable people. What 5 or which 5? So it is spoken at the right time. It is spoken in truth. It is spoken affectionately. It is spoken beneficially. And it is spoken with a mind of goodwill. So Subhasita Vacha, the Dhammapad verse 52, Chattapani Upasakavattu, it states that just as a flower, beautiful as well as fragrant, will give the wearer the benefit of its scent, so also the well-preached words of the Buddha will benefit one who practices the Dhamma. Verse 4. Mata pitu upattanam puttadarasya sangaho anakulacha kammanta Etang Mangalam Uttamang. To support mother and father, children, and to be engaged in peaceful occupation. This is the greatest blessing. This is Mangala Uttamang. So for the Middle Ages, a family life, the Buddha's message for middle-aged people, for a family life, happy family life, is to take care of mother and father who are advanced in age, to take care of spouse and children, and earnings through a right job, samma ajivika. The Anguttara Nikaya states a sutta, Pabbata Sutta. So the descendants who live in dependence on a clansman of conviction prosper in terms of three kinds of prosperity. What are those three kinds of prosperity? They prosper in terms of saddha, faith. They prosper in terms of virtue, sila. They prosper in terms of discernment, panya, wisdom. Verse 5, we have danancha dhammacharyacha, nyataka nancha sangaho, anavajjani kammani, etang mangalamuttamang. To be generous in giving, to be righteous in conduct, to help one's relatives, and to be blameless in action. This is the greatest blessing, Mangalamuttamang. Anavajjani kammani. Here, Anavajjani kammani, like Bhante explained to us on Saturday, Anavajjani kammani is action which is not blameworthy. So this is the lakhana of a kusal kamma. Any wholesome action we do is not blameworthy. That is called as anavajjani kammani. And an action which is anavajjani, which is blameless, gives happiness, sukha. So it brings the vipak of sukha, the resultant of a sukha. So anavajjani kammani is an action for happy living. The Dana Sutta, giving the six factors of giving. There are three things when a person gives. Before giving, he should be glad. While giving, the mind is bright and clear. And having given, one is gratified. This is the consummation of the sacrifice. Free of passion, free of aversion, free of delusion, without fermentation. So the consummation of the field of the sacrifice, one restraint leading the holy life. Dhammacharya. According to the Muneya Sutta in Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha describes three kinds of wisdom: bodily, verbal, and mental. This is also one of the suttas selected by King Asoka to be studied and reflected upon frequently by all practicing Buddhists. Verse 6, Arati Virati, to stay away from evil, to loathe more evil and abstain from it. Majjapana cha sanyamo, to refrain from intoxicants. Appamado cha dhammesu, to be steadfast in virtue. This is the greatest blessing. Etam mangalamuttamam. Garavocha nivatocha Santutti cha katayuta kalena dhamma savanam etam mangalamuttamam. To be respectful, humble, contented, and grateful, and to listen to the Dhamma on due occasions. This is Mangalam Uttamam. Dhamma Savana Sutta, Anguttar Nikaya, listening to the Dhamma. There are these 5 rewards in listening to the Dhamma. One hears what one has not heard before. One clarifies what one has heard before. One gets rid of doubt. One's views are made straight, and one's mind grows serene. These are the 5 rewards in listening to the Dhamma, Dhamma Savana. There is another sutta, Sususa Sutta, listening well. The Buddha's instructions on how to listen to the Dhamma so that it can be truly taken to heart. When the doctrine and discipline, Dhamma and Vinaya, declared by the Tathagata, is being taught, he listens well, gives ear, applies his mind to gnosis, rejects what is worthless, grabs hold of what is worthwhile, and is endowed with the patience to conform with the teaching. Endowed with these 6 qualities, a person is capable of alighting on the lawfulness, the rightness of skillful mental qualities, even while listening to the true Dhamma. Verse 8, Khanti cha so vachasata, samananancha dasan, kalena dhamma sakacha, etam mangalamuttamam. To be patient and obedient, to associate with monks, and to have religious discussions on due occasions. This is the greatest blessing. In the Buddha Vagga Gatha, Dhammapada 184, about Khanti, patience, we have the Gatha, Khanti parmang tapotitikha, nibbanam parmang vadanti buddha, nahi pabachito parupaghati, samayo hoti parang vihit thayanti. Patience is the highest austerity. Nibbana is the supreme, say all Buddhas. A contemplative is one who does not injure others. A monk is one who hurts not another. Again, the Buddha Vagga, Gatha 185, we have Samananancha Dasana. Anupavado, Anupaghato, Patimokhecha Sambaro, Matayutacha Bhaktasmi, Patancha Sayanasanam, Adhichittecha Ayogo, Etang Buddhana Sasanam. Not despising, not harming, restraint according to the code of monastic discipline, moderation in food, dwelling in solitude, dedication to meditation. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Verse 9, Tapocha brahmacharyancha, arya sachana dasanam, nibbana sachikiriyacha, etang mangalamuttamam. Self-restraint, a holy and chaste life, the perception of the noble truths, and the realization of Nibbana. This is the greatest blessing, Mangala Uttamam. We have seen in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta that in Parivattang Dwadasakaram, the 3rd noble truth, Nibbana, has to be realized. Nibbana Satchikiriyacha. So this is the supreme goal. So we have seen here, the Buddha explained the 4 noble truths in 3 phases and 12 aspects. Parivattang Dwadasakaram. And the 4 noble truths, Dukkha, Samudaya, Nirodha, Magga. This is the Satcha Jnana. Kiccha is when the Buddha, for 6 years, searching for enlightenment. So it is the Kichanyana, and when the Buddha got enlightened, it is the Buddha's Katangnyana. So in the Katangnyana, the Buddha says in the third noble truth, Nirodha, Satchikata has been realized. So we have Nibbanasya Satchikiriyacha. That should be the goal that should be the noble goal of all men. The first sutta which the Buddha gave, and the whole of the Tipitaka is having the guidelines of the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. When we see the Mangala Sutta, it is basically in our daily life we are practicing Four Noble Truths, gradually developing on the path of Aryo Attangiko Maggo, Seal, Samadhi and Panya. That is, and then the Chattari Arya Satchani. Again, verse 10, we have Futtassa Loka Dhammehi Chittang Yassana Kampati Asokang Virajang Khemang Etang Mangalamuttamang. A mind unruffled by the vagaries of fortune, from sorrow freed, from defilements cleansed. Hemang over here is translated as liberated from fear. So safe, one feels safe. This is the greatest blessing. So the Atta Loka Dhamma, the 8 worldly vicissitudes, conditions in the world. The 8 laws are grouped in pairs. So if they are favorable, one does not welcome them. Or if they are unfavorable, one does not rebel them. So to be steadfast in gain or loss, repute or disrepute, praise or blame, happiness or suffering. So in these 8 worldly vicissitudes, one is unwavering. Asokam is griefless, Virajam, taintless, Khemang, fearless or safe. So the concluding verse, Eta disani katvana sabbatham parajita sabbatha sothing gachanti tamte sang mangalamuttamanti. Those who thus abide ever remain invincible, in happiness established. This is Mangalamuttamam, the greatest blessing. At the preaching of Mangala Sutta, countless devas were present, and these countless beings realized the truth. So when we see the 38 Mangala, the 38 Asevanacha Balanam is the first one. So we have 21 actions of Mangala for Sila, for establishing the foundation. For Samadhi, we have 9 Mangala for developing our mental culture. for Paya, wisdom, developing the wisdom, we have 9 Mangala actions. So we can see here a chart. The blue color here, at the right from the bottom, we can see the arrows. So when the Buddha is giving this discourse, one is gradually moving forward on the path of Dhamma. It begins with a Sevanacha Balanam. So this is a very common, simple thing in our day-to-day lives, that Buddha is actually taking us through the path. What are those action points? What is the roadmap? So this slide actually gives us the roadmap for happiness and welfare in life. So the blue color over here represents the foundation, the sila. The orange represents the actions of samadhi. What are those things that we need to do to develop noble samadhi? And the yellow here represents the path to paya, wisdom, and ultimately to realization of the Four Noble Truths. So summarizing, a charter or golden rules that are being outlined here. Family responsibility and social obligations. In the first part, beginning with appropriate emphasis on the need for a suitable environment, personal discipline, righteous conduct, and adequate discharge of duties towards near and dear ones. Next is the moral purification. Then are introduced higher virtues of humility, gratitude, patience, and chastity. And finally, we have the spiritual cultivation, and are reached serenity, perception of truth, and enlightenment. The Buddha's message in Mangala Sutta is a Buddhist idea of constitution of our society or country or a group for wholesome shaping of complex human civilization. Whatever we require, education, society, country, politics, family life, at young age, after marriage, and after retirement, the Mangala Sutta provides all of these aspects to shape the civilization of human beings. Second, the Mangala Sutta provides lessons of direct practical application, immediately fruitful in all walks of life, irrespective of gender or status or race or religion. And the Mangala Sutta provides action plan true at all times for the material and spiritual well-beings of individuals. So all these things represent a democratic society. What are those aspects that are needed for the welfare of human beings in a democratic society? And the conclusion about Mangala Sutta is, in the world everywhere, it is not peaceful today. According to Buddha's message, our daily life should be very peaceful, very real. And for that, the Buddha these golden rules or golden points about how to live our life to the fullest in a peaceful way. Therefore, these precepts are very useful and is a worthy guide with faith and hope in the world towards better human relationships. And in the world today, we see an example of the Buddha's Sangha. Since the time of the Buddha until today, we see the Sangha following, the noble Sangha, following all of these treasures of golden rules in the world and blessing or Uttama Mangala for the society today. The Mangala Sutta lists out 38 points for the welfare, for success, so that when one follows these points, one is not defeated. Aparajita. So Mangala Sutta explains kusala, what is good, what is wholesome. What should one do for happiness in life? Kusala kammang sukha vipaka lakhanam. Anavajjani kammani. Blameless actions. However, the Buddha has also given what are those things that if one does, leads to failure in life, leads to grief in life. So what are those things? The Parabhava Sutta explains akusala, unwholesome. These actions bring grief and sorrow. Akusala kammang dukha vipaka lakhanam. And savajjang kammang. So, akusala kammang is blameworthy. And one should from that. So the second sutta today is the Vasala Sutta, the discourse on outcasts. This sutta appears in the Tripitaka, again in the Khuddaka Nikaya, Sutta Pitaka, Uragavagga. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living near Savatthi at Jetavana, at Anathapindika's monastery. So the Vasala Sutta is again at the same place where, in the same city, Savatthi, where even the Mangala Sutta was given. But the Mangala Sutta was given in the Jetavana, in Anathapindika's Aramik monastery. It is that place. However, the Vasala Sutta is given when the Blessed One, the Buddha, dressed himself to bowl and robe and entered the city of Savatthi for alms. So it is at forenoon, while the Mangala Sutta was given at midnight. And this is in the afternoon, that is the time of alms, Pindapat. Now at that time, a fire was burning and an offering was being prepared in the house of the Brahmin Agika Bharadvaj. Then the Blessed One, while on his alms round, came to the Brahmin's residence. So, brief summary of this sutta, that the Brahmin Agika Bharadvaj sees the Buddha on his way to Pindapat, daily alms round. He is preparing to make offerings to the Brahma. On seeing the Buddha, he thinks it to be a bad omen and shouts angrily at the Buddha by calling Out-caste. The Buddha asks the Brahmin, "Do you know who an outcast is?" The Brahmin says, "No." Then the Buddha speaks to the Brahmin and defines who an outcast is in 27 gathas or verses. To give few of those gathas, the Buddha says, whosoever is angry, harbors hatred, and is reluctant to speak well of others, that person is an outcast. The one whosoever kills living beings, panatipata, is an outcast. Whosoever steals what belongs to others, adinnadana, is an outcast. Whosoever utters lies, musavada, is an outcast. Whosoever being supports not his father, mother, who have grown old, is an outcast. Whosoever strikes and annoys by harsh speech mother, father, brother, sister, or mother-in-law, father-in-law, such a person is an outcast. Whosoever commits evil in secret is an outcast. Whosoever, when a Brahmin or ascetic appears during mealtime, angers him by harsh speech and does not offer him any alms, he is an outcast. Whosoever reviles the enlightened one, the Buddha, or a disciple of the Buddha, recluse, or a householder, is an outcast. Whosoever, not being an arant, pretends to be so is a thief in the whole of this world, and he's the lowest of the outcasts. So in the Vasala Sutta, the Buddha's message is, Na jaccha vasalo hoti, na jaccha hoti brahmano. Not by birth is one an outcast, not by birth is one a Brahmin. Kamuno vasalo hoti, kamuno hoti brahmanoti. By deed, by actions, one becomes an outcast. By deed or actions, one becomes a Brahmin. According to the Buddha, a Brahmin is one who has removed kilesha or lobha, dosa, moha. Such type of teaching method of the Buddha is said to be Arya Vohara, noble speech. And the Brahmin, Agika Bharadwaj, after listening, becomes a lay follower of the Buddha. So in the Chandala Sutta is given who is a lay follower. Endowed with these 5 qualities, a lay follower is an outcast of a lay follower, a stain of a lay follower. Which 5? One does not have conviction, faith in the Buddha's awakening. Such a person is an outcast of a lay follower. A person who is unvirtuous, who does not follow precepts, is an outcast, is eager for protective charms and ceremonies. At the time of the Buddha, there were many such shubha ashubha, things which one can see, something beautiful is auspicious. So there were a lot of such misconceptions. Even today we have those kind of misconceptions. If we wake up in the morning and see something, we say, oh, this is auspicious for me today. If we see something else, we say, oh, this is unauspicious for me. So even during the time of the Buddha, there were such protective charms, there were such things like auspicious and unauspicious. So a person who is eager for protective charms and ceremonies, so he is an outcast. And then one who trusts protective charms and ceremonies, and he does not trust his own karma, such a person is an outcast. And a person who searches for recipients of offerings outside of the Sangha and gives offerings there first, such a person is an outcast. Endowed with these 5 qualities, a lay follower is an outcast of a lay follower, a stain of a lay follower, a dregs of a lay follower. However, on the other hand, endowed with these 5 qualities, a lay follower is the jewel of a lay follower, a lotus of a lay follower, a fine flower of a lay follower. And which are these? One who has conviction and is virtuous. One who is eager, not eager, does not believe in protective charms and ceremonies. One who trusts his own karma and not the protective charms and ceremonies. And one who does not search for recipients of his/her offerings outside of the Sangha and gives offerings to the Sangha first. Endowed with these 5 qualities, a lay follower is a jewel of a lay follower, a lotus of a lay follower, a fine flower of a lay follower. This is one of the charts I also found on Wikipedia, which is helpful as a ready reference for all the 38 Mangala. And the essential question now is, what is the prominent supreme quality of the Buddha as seen in the Mangala Sutta? We all know that the Buddha is endowed with 9 supreme qualities. So what is the quality which we see here in the sutta? It is the quality of Sattha Deva Manussanam. Sattha means a teacher, Deva is God, and Manussa means human beings. So God of, teacher of God and men. What is the prominent supreme quality of the Buddha as a as a teacher of gods and men, to direct or to handhold all the beings on the path of Kusal Kamma. So in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, which we saw last week, we saw the framework of Buddhism unique to the Buddha's teaching method in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. One can say that in Mangala Sutta, it is a manual kind of thing, like we have a manual of Abhidhammata Sangaho. It is a manual of the Abhidhammata 7 books of Abhidhamma. Similarly, one can say that Mangala Sutta is a concise, a ready reference for the Dhamma, it's kind of a roadmap to Nibbana. And that brings us to the end of today's session, and with lots of metta and thank you amidst all of these troubles, everyone. I apologize, and I'm very happy that we all could listen to the Dhamma and discuss about it. Thank you so much for all of your patience, and this is the email address where you all can put in your questions. And even now, if anyone is having any questions, we can look into that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sai. That was an awesome explanation on the Mangal Sutta and on the Chandala Sutta. So thank you very much for that. We will open up the forum for question answer. Please don't use the chat window only for exchanging pleasantries. It just kind of, the question would get lost in then. If you could just use the chat window only for typing in question, then it would be easy for me to kind of sort through the questions. I really understand that this was a very great discourse, and I'll let you guys exchange your gratitude towards the end. Just for a question answer now, please use the feature only for question and answer. Okay, the first question is, can you explain Hiri and Otappa?
Yes. So, yes. So, Hiri and Otappa. Basically, Hiri and Otappa, these are Chetasikas. And Hiri would mean being shameful. When we are actually walking on the path, we have certain aspects, like we make mistakes. We know we make mistakes, and being humble about those mistakes that we make on the path is being shameful about us. So it is good to be shameful about us, and so that we work on the path to move ahead. So this Chetasika, it is a Chetasika in Abhidhamma. And this particular Chetasika, even it helps us, so it is considered to be a good Chetasika. We are going to learn more when Bhante teaches us about Chetasika, so things will be much clearer. But right now, I can say that we have more to learn in future class. So this is just being aware of our mistakes and realizing that. So I can give you one example of Hiri and Otappa, how they come together. So if we have a rod, an iron rod, and this iron rod on one side is too much heated, it's too hot, and on the other side, it has dirt stuck to it. And we have to hold the rod. It's kind of a catch-22 situation. So how do we do that? How do we hold the rod? So in this case, we know that, yes, let us hold the rod on the dirt side. we can later wash our hands and get rid with the dirt. So this is Hiri and Otappa is this kind of situation. And about the technicalities, we can come to it later when Bhante is teaching us about Chetasika. So is that okay?
Okay, thank you very much, Tai. Next question is Arati Virati Papa. Will it also be part of Samadhi? You had that chart where the roadmap was shared, Tai. And I think this question is coming from that chart. Arati Virati Papa. Will it also be part of Samadhi?
Yeah. This is the chart, right?
Yes, Tai, yeah.
When we are talking about Arati Virati Papa, Majjapanacha Sanyamo. So all this comes in one verse, right? And Appamado cha Dhammesu. If we look at this chart, this is a gradual way of path. So here we have already Vinayo cha Susikhito. So here we have learned about the Vinaya, right? We have also done Bahusachancha Sippancha. We have listened to the Dhamma and discussed about it. And Subhasita Vacha Matu Pitu Parthanam Puttadarasya Sangaho Anakulacha Kammanta Danancha Dhammacharyancha and Nyatakanancha Sangaho and Anavajjani Kammani. So we are already aware about what is blameless, what kind of actions are blameless. So we have this knowledge that evil, what is akusala. So if we have this knowledge about what is papa, what is akusala, and we have to stay away from that, obviously, like the other day, Bhante explained, what is inside antojata bahijata. That means what is inside, outside is the same. So the way we are going to conduct ourselves in actions is going to reflect even in the meditation. So it is relevant. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tai. Your next question is related to the slide of Attha Samma Panidhi. What is right Saddha? So the question is, what is right Saddha?
Yeah. So what is right Saddha? Right faith. Where should we have faith? When we are having faith, we should have faith in the truth, the ultimate truth. That is the Buddha's definition of faith. Buddha says we should have faith in the truth. That is why the Four Noble Truth, we should have faith in the Four Noble Truth. And we should have persons who have realized the Four Noble Truth. So the Buddha and all of the Buddha's disciples, Arhanta disciples, and all those who are walking on the Eightfold Path, who have realized one stage or another in the path, all of these persons are worthy of faith. So we should have faith in the truth. The one, a truth which, the noble truth, the truth which we can realize for our own self. Bhante has also given a very good explanation about faith, about Saddha in the previous class. So I also recommend our audience to listen to the recordings of Bhante's discourse, and I think you will get more insights in details from the Abhidhamma point of view regarding faith, because faith again is Saddha is also a Chetasika, a Kusala Chetasika. It's a good Chetasika. So more discussion will come in, will follow. Yes. Thank you. Is it okay?
Yes, yeah. As we learn, we will know more about it. So thank you very much. I'm just trying to go through the messages here. Give me a minute. Okay. I think you did answer this question, Tai, but let's give it a try one more time. How can we correlate Mangala Sutta with Abhidhamma?
Mangala Sutta with Abhidhamma. If you have seen the presentation, the initial part of the presentation is very well defined. If you see, each and every word is explained very well. Later on, we have just read the translations, right? So if you see that each and every word of this aspect that is explained etymologically, to know the real meaning of that word, what did the Buddha say by this word? What did the Buddha say by this word? So, in fact, understanding this way, I have tried to bring forth the meaning. So, in the sutta, we call it the Vohara Desna, right? So, one thing can be explained in so many possible ways in the sutta, through the sutta medium, because it is as per the personality case that the Buddha has explained the sutta, the discourse to the person who's approaching. So, from the sutta point of view, the Vohara Desna is in many ways, many possible ways. But from Abhidhamma, we find that it is just one thing, right? It is just one word, one definite answer to the question. Like if you see that in the beginning of the sutta, we have tried to give you the 5 hindrances, like Mithya or a balo person, a person who is not able to see clearly. When we say that, what is it exactly that is taking place in his mind? So we have given one slide here about the 5 hindrances, teen midda, and also many of them, vichikiccha, doubt, and so all of these are specifically pointed out in the Abhidhamma. So we are directly addressing our problem in terms of the Paramatha. What is Paramatha? The Chitta is a Paramatha. The Chetasika, they are Paramatha. So 89, 121 Chitta, they are Paramatha. 52 Chetasika, they are Paramatha. So ultimately, we know answers in this way. So likewise, I think we have explained directing one's own self. Whenever we are in these blindfolding things, we have to direct our mind, focus our mind on the positive aspects, the kusal kamma that we do. So this is what it means. We will come up to the kusala kamma, the kusala actions, mahakusala chitta for that matter, in future class. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yes, Tai. Yeah. Next question is many times it may not be in the hand of person to disassociate with foolish person. What a person should do in that situation.
Okay. in such a case? What to do?
Right. Yeah, actually, there is one more in a similar line. I mean, the guidance is to follow the precepts or follow the Mangala actions. So in sometimes people, there was a question that you may have to kill some cockroaches or something like that, and that may be a violation of Panatipata. So how do we behave in a situation that is not conducive to follow the precepts or follow the Mangala advice? Sort
Yeah,
of lines, yeah.
yes. In our day-to-day lives,
Yes, on a
it
day-to-day
is
life,
very
yeah.
difficult. Yeah, it is very difficult to follow Sila at all times, at all times. But we always, like I said, the Hiri Otappa, right? We have to see what is the best situation that we can be into. Like whenever we are looking at any other person, we have to see the good aspects in the person, because it cannot be that a person is completely foolish, right? Every human being has got some good characteristics, some good some good behaviors. And like when we follow the metta, in the Metta Sutta, in the Vishuddhi Magga, Buddha Ghosha tells us when it is to people whom we do not like, right? So what to do in such a case? So he has ways. Ultimately, he says that finally the other person is also a human being, and it is because of his something good actions in the past that he has attained uh, that status of a human being in this life. So we should give metta at least from the perspective that the person who is maybe right now he's not following the Dhamma, but tomorrow he may follow the Dhamma, because now he is not understanding, but maybe tomorrow he may understand. So like if we see the example of the friendship of Devdatta and Ajatsattu, King Ajatsattu, who is who has harmed his father. So he is at that point of time, he is a balo, he is a foolish person. But when he approaches the Buddha in the Samaya Phala Sutta, when Buddha explains the whole path of the fruits of recluse, the fruits of Samana, Samaya Phala Sutta, what are the benefits? What are the benefits in this life, that when one becomes a monk, what are the benefits? So in that particular Samaya Phala Sutta in the Digha Nikaya, very well is explained for a layman to understand what are those fruits of the noble path. And when Ajatsattu listens to the sutta, at the end of the sutta, he becomes an upasaka. Even though he has committed a very grave uh, transgression, grave offense of harming his father, it's a parajika. Even then, Ajatsattu becomes an upasaka at that time. He could have attained much higher states, that is another thing, but he becomes a lay follower. Eventually, what happens in history today? How are we getting all of this Dhamma today? In the first council, King Ajatsattu is sponsoring the first council. He sponsors the first council. And it is because of the first council that today we have the Dhamma reaching us in its close to the purest form. Almost the purest form, because even today we have the noble Sangha, and the noble Sangha is experiencing the roadmap to Nibbana for their own self. And also the Dhamma is there in the world today. So many people are benefiting from the Dhamma. So we should be thankful to such a person who sponsored even the first council. So looking at this aspect, the potential of becoming a Buddha, Bodhisattva, on the Bodhisattva path, each one of us is capable to do that, to be walking on the path. And it is right here and now that we can start. We can change our past. So that is what the Buddha teaches, attahi attanunatho. So it is right now we can change all of our past akusala to kusala from this moment. So is that okay?
Yes, I thank you very much. We have two questions on a similar line where the situation is adverse or against the advice. One question, I'm going to ask both the questions, Tai. So you already answered it in terms of the Panatipata and the other one where Asevanasa Balana was explained. But there are two more in a similar line. One is that if someone's parents are not established in Sila, and it's hard to get them um, to on the path of Sila. They are kind of depriving him, abandon their son. Then how to begin taking care of that old parent? So that's one situation that is explained here. The other one is coming about on a similar line. Let me how to maintain patience in situations where we can get agitated from others action or misconduct in day-to-day life. There is one more on the similar line, Tai, where it's talking about adverse situation coming to the thing when one doesn't speak the truth when asked, thinking that it will hurt the other person and hides it. Is it still samma vacha?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one about parents. We are not able to repay the debt of our parents, right? So if our parents are not established in Sila, what to do? So we have stories and we have incidents in the Tipitaka where even Venerable Bhante Sariputta, he goes to his mother because she is not established in Sila Samadhi Panya. He goes back after he becomes Arhanta and after he's there in the Sasana for a long time. At the end of his age, he goes to his mother to establish her in Sila Samadhi Panya. So this is the only way one can repay the debt of our parents, by establishing them in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, in the Sila Samadhi Panya. So if it is difficult for us to do that, then there are so many factors given in the 38 Mangala, like Samayanancha Dasanam. Like if we are not able to do that, maybe we can take help from Bhante. We can have more such meetings and about these things. And there are many other factors also that can be helpful. But this is something like, if we feel that we are not completely capable of doing that, maybe we can take help of Kalyan Mitta also, or maybe Bhante is the best place that we can go to the Noble Sangha and we can request about these things. So, because majorly what I have experienced, that Bhante are able to discuss at the point of the issue, to solve the issue. So they are more capable to do that. And I think this is one of the ways. This is just one solution that we have in the 38 Mangala Sutta. And moreover, our conduct towards our parents is also important. Because if we are Upasaka, our duty is towards our parent to support them. So if we are supporting them, obviously our parents also respond in the same way. So this is also another aspect. So this is for each one of us to experience for our own self, which is that aspect which would work, because we have the formulae, 38 formulae are available with us right now. And we can see, okay, which one would be more effective with my parents. So this is one of the ways. And Pankaj, can you repeat the second question for me? Whatever adversities we are having while following the Dhamma?
No, sorry. So the second question is with respect to Sammavacha. When somebody is asked and you lie intentionally thinking that it's gonna hurt the other person, is that a Sammavacha?
Thank you so much. So yes. So again, whatever is lies in Buddhism. It is our sincere inner intent, our intention that matters. So our intention is not to hurt the other person, but we should be able to tell the truth in a proper way, with kindness, with not with hatred, or not having a feeling of otherness. It should be a feeling of affection towards the person. So with that kind of feeling, even if it is hurting the other person, it will be for a little moment of time, but there will be a deep bond of friendship between them. So we can try to do this in a more milder way, taking into consideration the affection towards the other person. So we can get, the way how to say this, but it is true that action of ours that matters, how we will be able to handle the situation. And moreover, if anyone is telling us the untruth, how do we know that it is truth or untruth? How do we know that? What do we call as truth and untruth? We have seen that when we are discussing the Dhamma, we are talking about Vohara Desana. So Vohara Desana, if we look at, is not the ultimate truth. It is not the Paramatha. It is the mode of communication or a language in our day-to-day usage, right? So this also becomes one of the aspects that yes, a particular thing is not true at one moment, but at some other moment, due to the Tilakkhana, anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anicca, things change with time. It is our understanding. Even our understanding changes with time. So this is something that is vohara. It is not an ultimate truth. So how do we decide what is truth and what is untrue? That is also something we need to think about. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Tai. So we have consumed our 2 hours. There may be another question that we can take. So this one, if you can spare a little more time, Tai. So this question is, we classified the 38 Mangal into Shila Samadhi Panya. Are you explain stages in at practical or practice level? What stages would that be?
Yeah. So this is a very, very long discussion and a deep answer. And we have Bhante here for such guidance because in the Abhidhamata Sangaho that we are studying, the last 3 chapters are with relation to this question. Explain these every aspect, because if you see in the beginning of this sutta that we explained, each and every word etymologically we had explained, trying to see the basic understanding of that word. Now, if we want to do that from Sila Samadhi Panya aspect also, I think we should see where is the chart? Okay. So if we look at the chart, each and every aspect is having a meaning of Paramatha and also how to proceed on the path with respect to meditation, Sila aspects. Today in the class, we have majorly talked about the Kusala, Akusala. Like Lobh, Dosa, Moha is Akusala Kamma, and through Alobha, Adosa, Amoha is Kusala Kamma. So we have tried to classify based on this particular aspect, because the 38 Mangala Sutta is a ready reference for what is right and what is wrong, what is kusala and what is akusala. And therefore, if we look at the seal also, if we look at the basic foundation aspect also, so it is you see 21 of the aspects are covered, activities are covered in our behavior pattern, our conduct in our day-to-day lives. So with reference to this, it makes all sense to have more in-depth understanding about the kusala and akusala. And if we look at these two aspects from the Abhidhamma point of view, I think that is what exactly Bhante is trying to tell us, what is akusala and then what is kusala. So once we have that understanding, I think we will be good to go ahead with even following the Sila. Samadhi obviously is hand-holding with Sila very strongly, and the external and internal, we see that Samadhi is the internal aspect, external is the Sila aspect, our conduct, our behavior, and therefore comes the final aspect of wisdom. So generally I can say that this is how it goes from the 38 Mangala chart that we have. Is that okay?
Yes, Sai, thank you. And again, I think the color coding here was meant, the blue was Sheila part,
Yes.
the orange was Samadhi part, and the yellow on the top was the Panya part.
Yes,
So,
that's
yeah,
right.
okay. So the color coding is there in the chart as well. Thank you, Tai. Okay. There are other questions that may be out of the class. Like somebody is asking about 12 Akusala Chitta. Elaborate now. We covered that in the morning class with Bhante on Saturday. And we will share the presentation or the recording with everybody. Today's class as well as the class from Saturday.
Yeah. So yes, about summarizing the class about the Akusala Chitta, the 12 Akusala Chitta. We have 8 Lobha Chitta as the Akusala Chitta in the beginning. The first 8 of them are the Lobha Akusala Chitta, Lobha Mula, rooted in greed. So they are 8 of them. That is So Manasa Sagatang, Ditthigata Sampayutta, Asankharikang Ekang, and so on and so forth. So Bhante has given us a very good classification method of this sutta. Vedana Bhed, Payog Bhed, Sankhara Bhed, in 3 parts, right? And the second part of the Akusala Chitta is the Dosa Mula, rooted in hatred. So these are 2, and they are Patigha Chitta, right? So that is Do Manasa. Both are Do Manasa Chitta, with a bad mind, with a mind of hatred. So Do Manasa, Patigha Sampayutta. It is both the Chitta are Patigha Sampayutta, with ill will and hatred in the heart. So these are 2 Chittas. There is no Chitta Patigha Vipayutta. That means without ill will, nobody can kill any other person. Nobody can harm. So whenever there is harm, it has to be with Patigha, with ill will in the heart. So there is nothing called euthanasia. So it is not a concept which the the Buddha speaks about in the Abhidhamma. And then we have the third, that is the Moha Mula, that is rooted in delusion. Those are two more chitta. They are Upekha chitta, basically. And these two chitta, they are Vichikiccha, of Vichikiccha, and of restlessness. That's Udhacha. Doubt, Vichikiccha is doubt, and restlessness is Udhacha. So these are ignorance. These are chitta of ignorance. So these three sets of Lobha, 8 chitta of Lobha, 2 chitta of Dosa, and 2 chitta of Moha. So we have 12 akusala chitta. And when we do not get the Buddha's Dhamma, all of us are wandering in the samsara with these akusala chitta. So therefore, when we know the Buddha's Dhamma, we know what is right and what is wrong, what is akusala, what is kusala, and accordingly we can manage with our life. Similarly, with the 38 Mangala is all integrated with these aspects. So majorly the seal part is covering the restraint of the akusala chitta. Is that okay?
Yes, Sai, thank you very much. We are running out of time, but I left out one question in between that just kind of got buried in the chat. This question is: offering alms first to persons out of sangha is a kusala. Please explain. Is it not little selfish expectation? I think I'm not getting the meaning out of the what is written in here. Maybe he mean to say kusala. Offering alms first to the person is kusala, but he said a kusala.
So we have I would like to show you one slide. Okay. So we have Samananancha Dasanam, right? In one of the here. Khanticha so vachasata Samananancha Dasanam. Now, and Kalen Dhammasakacha. So whenever we have any doubt, where do we approach? We approach the Sangha, right? The noble Sangha. And the noble Sangha, the quality of the noble Sangha is such that it is harmless. It does not harm, it is by the precepts. They abide by the precepts. And they abide by stricter rules than the Upasaka in the precepts. So when such a person is always giving metta, helping out the society, one of the qualities of the Sangha which Buddha defined is Anuttarang Punya Khetam, unparalleled area or place of merit. It's an unparalleled Anuttarang Punya Khetam. How much merit one gets by giving to a person who is already restrained in use. So that is why giving to a person, whenever you have an option, giving to a person who is outside the Sangha and who is in the Sangha makes a lot of difference. So is that okay?
Yes, Sai, thank you very much. I think that's the explanation you put in the chat.
Yeah.
Too, so thank you very much.
Like we had also mentioned here in Samananancha Dasanam. So that is Anupavado, Anupagato. We have discussed this. Not despising, not harming, restraint according to the code of monastic discipline, moderation in food, dwelling in solitude, dedication to meditation. So it is for the welfare of the mankind that we have helping us the noble Sangha. So that is why whenever there is an option, it is always better to So because this is a Mahakusala Chitta, it is a Mahakusala Chitta. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Tai. I would go on towards Bhante for any last minute thoughts, Bhante.
Okay, thank you, Vishali. Nice your presentation.
Thank you so much,
I
Bhante.
very much worried about you. Finally, you can carry successfully.
Oh.
Yeah, very wide, very deep information. This is the Mangala Sutta. You know, this Mangala Sutta regarding with education, economic, social, politics. So very much usefully, very much excellent. Sutta. So the Mangala name of Mangala is the base. Base is Kushla, no Kushla. So as you were Nacha Balana, this is a Mangala. The Pandita means as you were this is a Mangala. Mangala means Kushla Karma. Pujaja Pujaniyana, this is a Mangala. Mangala means Kushla. Whatever we do, out of it 38. Out of it 38, or this is the or Mingla, the or Gushlagama. So Gushlagama is blameless, the worthy, blameless, the blameless, no, blameless nature, no. We are dissociated from a foolish person. We should not support him. Something like this. We should approach, associate with the good person. We should support the good knowledge person. Something like this. This is, very important for our life or our society. As you talk, whatever program come in our life, our society because of foolish person. That's why we stay far. Okay, we should not support. Something like this, the Buddha suggestion to us. And then, particularly, we should select, where is suitable place. Yeah, we are lucky because we have done the Punya Karma. That's why in present life we are born a suitable place, whereas we we easy to touch the good person, good parents, good society, good partner. This is because of previous karma. That's why need this good karma also. So at that we establish ourselves, our life. Yeah, our life. Adasmability also very important, and the residing place also very important. Yeah, Kalyana Mita also very important. Kalyana Mita, Bala is a Kalyana, Pandita is a Kalyana. If we complete, so we are suitable place, previous Bonya Kama, Atasama Benidi, and Kalyana Maida. If we have these four types, our life is very luckily we will get many benefits in present life also and samsara also. So this is like a chakra, four chakra, Atasama Benidi. Okay, we try to do ourselves, to be good. This is the very important. Whatever mother dish, father dish, brother dish, teacher guide to us, but everything is depends on us. So whatever they teach, we don't. If we are not take care, how possible to be good? So that's why Badiru Badisa Wasa is a suitable place. And then Povishakata Bonyada, yeah, this is we are done with no Bokama previously. And then Adasama Banidi, and then Kleana Mita, no? Kleana Mita is the Ashionasa Balana Badita Nensas. So this is also importance in the Buddhist education, Bausicha, Tipa, yeah, Vinaya, Susekita. So these are also very important for our life. Buddha much, support to people to learn. This is the education. So we should know everything, good or bad doesn't matter. But we should do select good thing. Uh, we should know everything. Yeah, every knowledge, good or bad doesn't matter. We should know, but we should do good, knowledge, good action. Out of it, many knowledge we should do according to good, knowledge. Something like this. This 38 types of Mangala is basically this is our life, our society, our country. Similarly, constitution for education, for social work, uh, everything is we can find in here. So that's why out of it 38 we can practice when our young age, like this, between school, college, university life. At that time, we should uh, practice. Some Mangala Sutta, Asivanasa, Badidanesa, Pujacha, Ujaniyanam, the Pati Rupa. We should stay in the school, no. So, Badiduba is a Bovicha Gada Bunya Ada Samabani, we should establish for knowledge ourselves. Something like this about Sicha, Siva, So this is the belong to the young life. And after marriage, after that, we are doing job, such a money and supporting mother, father, mother, bidu, badana, buddha. So we should take care, provide wife, children. Yeah, and then doing dana, okay, dana, and then we should follow uposta, the machriya. Yeah, this is the good tradition, good culture come from Mahamangala Sutta. Especially in Myanmar, they, very much they get this Mahamangala Sutta. Okay, we should try to stay living life in every day according to Mahamangala Sutta. Okay, we should sharing each other dana. Yeah, and so that's why in the world, the Burmese people is the first dana person in the world, according to their war record. The America is after in the donation after Myanmar. So Myanmar is the first country who are donating because like this Mahamangala Sutta. Okay, Danesa, Dhamachariya, Dhamachariya is like this Ubosta, no? We should follow Shila, without Shila, without head, our life is not this, just breathe in, breathe out. That's why need Dana, need Ubosta. After the Aradi, Virati, Papa, Michabana, Sasayamo, we should stay far from, bad. We should stay far from Papa. Lovadosa Moha, Duchrida, no? And then we should not use alcohol, Michabana, Sasayamo. So, after marriage life, also we should do like this. We should sharing social work and the ubosta, and then away from alcohol. So alcohol is very dangerous for our what Yeah. So, according to Mangala Sutta, Buddha, suggestion should not be used this allegory, Mitya Banasa sign. Abama Dosa term is, should not forget, economic, social work, their duty, yeah, we have the duty, and everybody has the duty, mother duty, father duty, children duty, teacher duty, friend duty, worker duty, owner duty, something like this for harmonious in society, for balance, or life in our society. That's why, we need, awareness. We should not forget. That's why Buddha suggesting don't forget Abhamada. So alcohol is the subordinate for Abhamada. If we using, alcohol, we forget everything. No, we forget the mother, father, our duty. So that's why major partners are saying Abhamado Satame, so is the link, each other. So, okay, in the family life, we should take care of this one also. And then God watch, we should pay respect who are, era. Even though we should pay respect in our family who are, senior brother, senior sister, auntie, uncle, in our society. Especially Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, mother, father, teacher. Like this, another person, we should pay respect always, Karwa, and Niwada, whatever we not talk, whatever we, communicate, we should, Niwada. No, Niwada means should be communicate very polite. Or this is mother, we should not shouting, we should not abuse. Or this is father, we should not abuse, we should not shouting, we should not do any bad behavior, front or hand. So something like this, Garwa, Niwada also very important. Otherwise, Saniwa dosa Sandutis, Sandutis is we should be, we should be patient our life. So Sanduti, like monk life is, depends on others. So Upasaka given to us today food is not much good. We should finish today because our lives it depends on the other. We should be, we should not be complaining. We should not be, strong, a desire for food, house. So Sandoti Paramandana. Sandoti Paramandana. Sandoti is a great word. No? If we are not Sandoti, so these are also problem in our life. So Sandoti who practice Dharma need, this is the Dharma, this is the Mangala. Okay, no Sandoti, so no Dharma. Sandoti is okay, Kandi, no Kandi, we should pay attention for food, house, Kandi also very important, so who want to be Dhamma, who want to be Dhamma need the Kandi climate, so hot, so cool. At the time we need the Kandi, food good, sometimes no good. This is also Kandi, close house, sometimes, good, sometimes bad. Whatever condition coming, if the good coming, so lova coming. At the time we need Kandi. Oh, this lova coming, we should control, lova, dosha. So condition not go at the time dosha coming, other than need Kandi. Kandi is control lower dosa. So no Kandi, no kukus, no Dhamma. We can say like this. Because we are, a lot of punya gamma coming to us because of Kandi. Some person coming and some doing something wrong, something talking speech. So other time we should be pay attention, Kandi. Otherwise, our life also, less or dharma. Okay, Khandi is like this, very important for our life. Khandi show us that we should be listening from mother, father, teacher, who are teach us the properly, who are teach us, who are remind to us, who are learn to us. The friend told me nicely, because I'm doing something wrong. So other than we should be listening to him. So mother teach, father teach. Something like so was such also important, to get dharma, especially we want to be dharma, no? Sila Sumari Panya, Sumari coming, Pinya coming, because we listening to teacher, something like this. So the seminar nature, we should approach. We should try to see. We should try to see. Means we should try to meet. We should try to approach like a seminar. Seminar means monk who are they are living life with the Shila, morality, Samadhi, Panya. So they have a lot of knowledge from Tipirika because their life is depends on the learning, teaching, or Dhamma. Sometimes we are busy, we are far from literature, far from Dhamma. So other time we need who know Dhamma, who able to give guidance for our program. So that's why I need good guidance, go guidance. That's why I try to meet. If the Buddha there, we try to go there. If the Sariputta Bandit there, we try to approach. Bandit Ananda there, we should go. Something like this. The who are great monk there, we try to approach. Samana nature, that's known for what? For the life, for the Dhamma, for the liberation. This is also very important. Samana nature, that's known. Kalina Dhamma Sakicha. Now Dhamma Sakicha, a lot of Dhamma Sakicha, now online course. We shall get a lot of Dhamma Deshana, Dhamma Sakicha. So question and answer is, about regarding with the Dhamma, they make question and answer, question and answer. This is the Dhamma Sakicha, searching for truth, searching for Dhamma. This is for value of our life, for the knowledge to know more and more, to know, touching for, this is the truth. So Dhamma Sakicha. No, this is the online course, is the Dhamma Sakicha. This is the Mangala. Whatever we talk, a lot of Bunyagama. Whatever we discussion, this is a lot of Bunyagama. Because our mind, when we discussion, we presentation, we make question and answer. At the time, our mind is Kusala Chitta. That's why whatever we talk, we discussion, this is a lot of Baunyatama. No, this is a very benefit for our life. No, Kusala Karma is very much beautified. When we, talking Dhamma, when we discussing Dhamma, at the time our mind is very, purified. This is the nature of Kusala Karma, very purified. When Akusala Loba coming, at the time our mind is not purified. Dosa coming, not purified. Coming, not purified. So now Dhamma Sakicha is a Mangala. Mangala means a Kusala. When we talking about this is the Dhamma, at the time our mind is purified. That's why our life is purified. That's why a lot of Bunyagama we already get. And then the bocha, the machriyacha, nyadaganincha, sing the bocha, the machriyacha, nirvana sichi. So we should, practice tapa. Tapa means the practical way. We should follow Shila. We should practice the samatha. we should practice Vipassana Tapa, Tapocha, Jamachariya. Jamachariya means, away from sexual case. That's why in India who are, living life, no brahmachari, no brahmachari means a brahmacharya person. So like this, the four brahmacharya, finally they realize Nibbana. They realize the Nibbana. This is a Mangala. This is a great auspicious, great punya karma. So slowly our life is, higher and higher, peace in peace, harmonious and harmonious. Very, to be satisfying of our life. Start from, to. So now our life is, after family life, retire life. Okay. After age, we should not stay with the, like this Sila Samari Penya. So this is a meaningful life. Buddha suggestion for that. When you are young, life should be study, should be away from foolish person, should be approach, good person. You should be respect mother, father, and then you should select the place, education. You should control your life, study, law, science, whatever language. You should be good speaker, not good speaker. So Hitler is a good speaker. That's why he leads. Something like this we can examine. Baba Ambedkar is a lawyer. That's why he can, draw Indian constitution, because he know law, rule, regulation. So Buddha suggestion about said, Vinaya, we should know this is the law also. So now, Tapa, Brahmasriya, Nibbana. So finally, okay, Kodasa, Loga Dhamehi, Chaidan, Yasa, Nagambadi, he became Arahant. He became Sotapana. So other than his mind is, Kodasa, Loga Chaidan, Nagambadi, not shake. Not shaking his mind, whatever conditions that come in, whatever coming, his life is not moving, not shaking, very much spirit. Whereas a local check down, yes, Nagambadi, Asokan, no worry, he is worryless, he happiness, peaceful life, his life, because he, touched this situation, Dharma. So, Siddhana Gandhi Asokan Virajan Kema, he is free from danger in samsara. So, this is the last, the Mangala to be get, to be got enlightenment. So, Mangala's Sutta is, that's why we can call this is our, Jewish, our constitution. When we follow this is the Mangala Sutta, this is the very much peaceful, very much benefit condition coming to us. And then this we can say this is the Mangala Sutta is discipline. Discipline means Shila. For us, we should do. Okay, we should do. This if we do. This is the Shila. Shila means the duty, responsibility. We should take care of mother, father. We should study knowledge. We should sharing. We should supporting our nyati. Something like this. This is the morality. Mangala means morality. Shila, not Shila. If we follow Mangala, practice Mangala, this is the practice of morality, based of the samadhi, based on the panya, so based on the nibbana. So if we try By this the Mahamingla, our life is where we not fully peace. Where we get peacefully. Okay, I want to say, Upaska,
Thank you
that's
very much.
much.
Thank you very much, Banteji. Thank you very much for the discourse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I wanted to thank once again to Bante, and I will conclude today's session. Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu.